All right, ladies and gents, welcome to what could be, maybe should be, a very crazy game. The map here is Socotra, and on Socotra, you don't create villagers at the start. Oh, wait, never mind. You're supposed to do that. Blue just forgot a little bit. But on Socotra, it's very close quarters. It can be very lamey, as we call it, where you steal people's resources. And I looked at their profiles, and both of these players have played Socotra before. Now, Richard played Cumans in the previous game on Socotra, and is now playing Mongols. And I've seen TC dropping with Cumans. I've seen Rams with Cumans. And then Mongols want to take advantage of all this hunt. So you've got to think that maybe Richard here, 700 elo, is experienced with the map. You have one group of goats at the start. And then you've got one elephant. You've got a patch of deer. And then you've got your berries. And that is it for food. Obviously, farming is an option for food. And then there's stone and gold to do other things. But some people know the way of Socotra. Some people will send villagers forward to steal the opponent's elephants or wall in their resources. Other people, they don't realize how close the enemy is until it gets crazy. So, and Red scouting early does see the potential for a villager kill. However, the villager is loomed. Let's see if Red gets in trouble for this. And wow, okay, Blue didn't garrison. The villager just goes right back to work. But again, you can see that Red wants to steal stuff, man. And Red's Britons, too. So Red will be like, ooh, give me the food. And Blue panicked hardcore. Blue clicked all the villagers over there to save the goat. And now garrisons. And the stress. Oh, God. Whew. Oh, jeez. You can see why some people might not like the map, right? A lot of early pressure, and people were like, well, this game's already hard enough. Why would I want to make it harder? Well, that's a W there. That's a nice little moment there for Red. Small little victory. Because you do eat the sheep a bit faster with Britons anyway, so you're going to be out of your food in no time. Now you've got some extra stuff. And Blue, a big tip here would be maybe keep your sheep underneath your TC. I mean, Red has been really bold. But now Red's going to get another sheep. To be more accurate, we should probably say goat. All right. I noticed Red didn't make a mill, didn't make a lumber camp, or anything. So it was putting a lot of focus here on the forward scout. I'd really like to see a lumber camp. You guys know me. Red hasn't scouted the elephant yet. And Red now scrambling down a house. Red doesn't actually see the berries or the elephant. So doesn't know about the other resources. And here comes Blue. And Blue's like, I want that goat. And can't get the goat. And runs underneath the TC. And this is what Blue probably should have done earlier. Blue now loses the scout. And some people out there, I'm not saying Blue's going to do this, but some people out there would be so frustrated right now, they would just resign at 700 elo. You've lost 200 food. You then tried to steal your food back and you lost your scout. You're now kicking yourself like, oh, why didn't I do that to him? The 3 opportunities I had. You know, you start to think about what you could have done differently and how bad it feels. And I wouldn't really blame Blue for feeling that way either. Red isn't sending anything forward. Another strategy here is to send a Vill and just take this out. Just shoot it all down, then run home. Because food does decay after it's killed in Age of Empires 2. That is something that would have already been done at higher elos, players at lower elo. Just stick to the stealing, I guess. But let's talk positives for Blue. Positive is that Blue will collect this hunt very quickly with the Mongols. Another positive is because Blue made a lumber camp, Blue will probably be able to afford, maybe a little later than they'd like, probably can afford a mill here. We'll see. I guess a negative would be you now can't see what your opponent's up to, and they could be aggressive, so you should probably rush Feudal Age and go for some type of aggressive Feudal Age opening. But, man, this has been a little all over the place for Red, who just went over here to build a lumber camp, started chopping trees, and then all these villagers decide they're going to take the zebra now. But, I mean, that's a good thing to do. This is a really good thing to do. It actually keep one villager on wood, so I guess that's fine. Ricky, you can go to discord.gg/T90official. It's public invitation if anyone wants to join the Discord. It's now in all my descriptions of my new YouTube uploads. So you could always look there, or you could just type it into your browser. Feudal age times. What is it going to be? Okay, so loom's coming in. General suggestion is you want to get loom before you go feudal age because all the bad stuff that can happen to you would be around then. Don't know. Oh, it's so close. Let's see if red will drop off the food here. This is going to be about 100 food, which is more than enough. Okay, remember it's 700 elo, so it's not perfect. It's not perfect. It's not perfect. And there we go. Food, and bam! Feudal age. But now you look at blue, and blue could also go right up to feudal age. Just needs a little food drop off. And there's the food drop off in feudal age. So great job, Richard. We have ourselves a very close game. Main difference being that red actually has a scout. But I look at the situation for red right now, and red doesn't have enough on wood to be able to afford a barracks or do anything in early feudal age. Whereas blue can do that and is actually going 2 lumber camps. What is this efficiency? Honestly, though, I don't think we're going to be able to see anything early feudal age from blue either. Kind of bothers me that 140 food is still there, too. But with 9 on wood versus 3 on wood and 2 lumber camp efficiency, maybe soon we could see the barracks. And then with all this on gold, maybe we're going to see archers. I don't know. Started playing recently after watching your streams, and the game didn't even give me a rank. The guy I was playing against resigned after I stole 2 goats from him. Pedro, some people really don't like that. Laming or stealing resources is very much a disputed topic, even on the way to the highest level. Some people feel like it's part of the game, which I think is a fair argument. Other people feel like it's not fair, or it's too RNG based. My outlook on it, at least competitively, is map scripts can make laming possible. So it's just what we did for Hidden Cup, for example. Makes laming possible, but you can make it so there's less of a... it's less possible to lame. So, for example, we would always generate our boars near the backside of someone's base. So if you want to steal it, you have to run far away. There's things you can do to minimize how heavily RNG influences the situation. Does that happen in other events? Not necessarily. Does that happen in ranked? Certainly no. But then it's just a ranked game, you know? Some people will take it way too seriously. I don't know. It depends. But, you know, you're trying to learn and someone steals your sheep. Some people are like, I'm out of here. You're a tryhard. You're a sweat lord. Get out, you know. Okay, is that a tower? Whoa. It kind of looks like... Okay, so I want to say that this is probably not great. But it's not bad either if he takes... Yeah, if he takes some stone... Think about it. You're exposed. And there's reasons this shouldn't necessarily be a thing too. But look at that from blue. Okay, blue walls. Makes a tower. And now we'll mine stone to recoup the cost of the tower. I would say if you're going to do this, never 6 on stone though. 6 on stone is way too much. 2 to 3 on stone always feels good. And also now, oh boy. Because of... how you place things, the pathing for the villagers is awkward. Oh boy, this is a problem. But all right. I mean, there must be a lot of fear for Richard here. Richard is really worried of what the enemy's going to do. Richard is making skirmishers, so maybe he's expecting archers. And hey, look at Red. Red's like, hey, this is... Okay, I kind of need these resources. Red feels fear because Red hasn't scouted anything the enemy's doing yet, which is kind of important. And it feels like a race to Castle Age right now, but both players are out of their food, and now they're going to farms. So this is going to take a while. Yeah, see, this is better. 2 on stone, and look, you already have enough stone for the next tower, so if you're really worried, just bop one down here. This is auto-scout, by the way, for red. Okay, so that scout's just running around. Red's not really paying attention to it. See, it looks better for red right now because red has 400 food in the bank. But red only has 6 on food. Again, has probably what I would consider to be a little too much on stone and is now spending food and wood on the stone mining upgrade. So really wants those towers. Blue has more on food but doesn't have the farm upgrade. So I don't know. It's pretty close. And then blue is spending food and wood on skirmishers. Not really making any archers, which is a great offensive unit. So this is tricky, man. This is tricky. I don't know. Got a tower here, which is why the villagers, it says there's no longer villagers on gold. Again, just pathing issues with that. You're going to bump and walk around it. Make your tower here, maybe, but seems fine, I guess. I think this tower is a little close to the action. Towers have a lot of range, so you could maybe place it further out if you're red. But this is a unique theme we have going. Let's look at the resources collected throughout the whole game. It has looked better for red when it comes to food, but if you have more wood collected, if you're blue, you could always just put that into farms. Instead, it looks like blue has put that into skirmishers and into the buildings. A potential problem that the skirmishers are not really attacking right now. You've kind of, like, this is how I'd like to suggest you play with a general outlook, right? So if you're going to go for a defensive option, i.e. towers, combining that with offense is really strong. What we have here is we have two defensive moves. We have skirmisher, which is counter and offensive move in archers. And then we have towers, which already counters an offensive move like archers, right? So what's really good about towers or defensive castles is you kind of defend yourself, or at least an important area. And blue is pretty much defended everything, I guess. And then you can go offensive. That's what you should try and aim for in theory. These guys will figure that out over time. Now, I thought I liked what blue was doing with the walls. I thought we were going to see a wall towards this. But blue is now going small wall. And this is still just the auto scout for red. If you're wondering why the scout's running around, it just auto everything over here. It just moves around. Also, if you make archers, it doesn't spend food, which means that you will have a faster castle age. Blue is now making scouts. Another general tip I'll give, especially on close quarters maps like Socotra, is if you're making feudal age military, either use it immediately or think twice about making it in the first place. Because castle age is going to mean so much here. Like, one knight clears out all of these units, for example. We're going to see another tower here for blue. Spent a lot of that food on these units. We'll hope to find value. I mean, there's still plenty of opportunity over here. Of course, blue doesn't know that yet. Blue may be mustering up the courage to do that. And there goes red on the way to castle age. And again, a situation where if red just drops a tower, red's completely fine. Not completely fine, but fine, I guess. Boy, they're like so close, but it's so passive. But I like the tower theme, man. I like the towers. Help a Lel out. How do I beat Goths as Huns? Goths are so bad at Lel level. Okay, blue scouting, by the way. So, the problem with Goths is, balance-wise, they're the worst civ in the game, and they're the best civ in the game at the same time. It all depends on the situation. The longer you let the game go, the better Goths become, especially in that matchup. So the key is very, like, high aggression. So, scouts into archers. My guess is you let the game go into castle age and you tried to boom. They got a castle up and then it became a problem. Goths are very, very tough to deal with the longer you let them survive. So to answer your question, yeah, Curtis says deny their stone. You could definitely do that. But in general, just be aggressive. Like, make more military in feudal age than you would normally do. Try and hit them before castle. Like, if I were playing that matchup, I would prefer to have Huns because of the potential to do that, because of their flexibility. But if it gets to a certain point, you definitely have some problems, so it's a frustrating one. I've been on either side of that. Okay, there goes that auto scout from red. Again, you have to question, did the skirms offer anything here? Did the scouts offer anything? These are the things, some people say, well, T90, I lack confidence with the military. That's the main issue. Then wait till castle age would be my tip. Just wait a little bit. Okay, red's scared, though. Red sees this, and red's like, ooh, I want to build a castle, but I'm not sure if I should. The scout is now attacking, and that is a town bell. Ding, ding, ding. Town bell has now been unrung. Second TC for red. Red wants to go for 2 TCs on Socotra. where all that pressure is going to be up the middle. And oh, geez, man. Oh, okay. I'm glad that Red's sending more vills. If these were archers, the villagers would all die if it was spotted. But again, it's skirmishers. It's a counter unit. It's not a brrr, hit him in the face unit. If that's a thing. Now, this is kind of unfortunate, or just an awkward spot for Blue now. So Blue arrives to the next stage. Blue is probably now thinking, let's be offensive. Let's make Steppe Lancers. Okay, Steppe Lancers. Pretty good as the Mongols. It's a unique unit to see. But cannot afford to make a castle because of all the towers. There is more stone over here, but of course Blue will have to find that. I love how we have the archers inside the towers here. Here, zoom in for the thumbnail. Not even taking the gold either, just taking this gold. But what a great castle spot. Socotra is a timing thing. Like, I've seen so many players just lose games because they're 30 seconds or 40 seconds late to a castle or to a certain type of army. I think Blue's just really going to be clueless as to what to do here. Also, there's a chance that Richard was born in 59. I'm trying to think, what year were my parents born? Let's see, if you were born in 59, you would be 63? Is that right? 63? I think 63. Yeah, maybe. Richard Bogg. 59. That seems like a first name, last name, year you were born. Very well could be. I know based on my viewer analytics, we do have people who watch over the age of 50 and 60, so... I think Mongol Steppe Lancers are actually quite good because they have 100 HP. But normally you want to mix them with other things. If you make just Steppe Lancers, they are just worse than Knights. Oh, what's nice is they have that one range. So if you mix them with Knights, you can be getting hits. Like, let's say it's Knights and Steppe Lancers against just Knights. Yes, just Knights in theory is stronger, but it's harder for a lot of those units, those Knight units, to hit. So mixing in the steps is nice. I think it's also a cost thing, right? They don't cost as much gold. So it's also very situational there. They're a great raiding unit. In particular, that's what they're good at in early Castle Age. Oh, man, this is... Poor Blue. I actually feel so bad for Blue. I mean, lessons are going to be learned here, right? And Blue's going to have to look back at this and say, oh, man, if only I knew. But Blue's just waiting, thinking that everything's all right, thinking that this is going to be the easiest victory ever. And now the units run into the castle, and Blue's like, whoa, 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 what? When did that thing go there? And now backs away, and now is probably really upset and, like, frustrated, doesn't know what to do about this. Does actually have the Vil lead, could consider going for Rams. And look at the walls here from Red. Red is walling up, making an arena. Red not choosing to be aggressive at all. So, I mean, still winnable for Blue. Steven in chat says he's 64. Awesome. Yeah, my father is, I should know this. I think he's, well, his birthday's in a month. I actually think he turned 69. Nice. I think he turned 69. Mom's like 60. Gosh, this is bad. I should know this. Anyways, yeah, my parents were born around the same time as Richard Bogg here. All right. I had a fan on at the start of the stream, and I'm getting really chilly, so I am going to go turn that off. You guys can enjoy the central point of view on Socotra. Just give me a sec. Actually, I need to grab water too, so I'll just make it quick. I made it back, and Blue is making his move. Look at this. Blue denies the wall. Apologies for missing the fast-paced, non-stop action that this game has provided. Okay. So we have the classic variety army comps against the one-sided but heavy investment army comp. I say heavy investment because I'm talking upgrades. We have ballistics in, which affects the archers. We have full blacksmith. We have full armor upgrades for those archers. Whereas Blue's just trickled upgrades. He's got an attack upgrade for the melee. an attack upgrade for the archers. Yeah, very good observation from my chat. I really thought red would be more aggressive. Okay, blue wants to make it in and raid. Probably clicked behind here, and oh god, no, it's so painful. Oh no. And now he runs this way. He's like, 290 said that step lancers are a really good raiding unit. Oh no. Oh jeez. That was painful. Castle has 11 kills, and now the longbows pop out. This is perfect from red. And what are you going to do about this if you're blue? Nothing. Because if you go in to attack this, you run into the castle fire, and we know what happens then. When I said nothing, I didn't expect actually nothing. Okay, blue does move now. Okay, there's still a chance for blue if red becomes passive. If he could drop a castle here and go imp and treb that down, it's doable. But we've got Yeoman on the way, which will give +1 range to these longbows. And I think this game is over. And I felt this game was going to be over the second I saw blue was later to Castle Age, and blue didn't really use the army when there was an opportunity. You also have 0 armor upgrades. Step Lancers are really poor against archers in the first place compared to a knight. But now you've got 0 armor, so these longbows will shred them. I mean, still a chance. Okay, blue's imping. There's actually still a chance here. If blue can go for rams and push the castle down, that's the problem, I would say, for red, is that he's only made archers, so if that castle gets taken out, who knows? The weakness of Britons is up against siege ram, but will a low elo player who hasn't even clicked elite skirm know that? And my guess is going to be no. My guess is a lot is going to die before blue ever makes it to imp. Blue maybe thinks, okay, he's far away enough from the castle where I can run in here with these steps. Nope. Blue just clicked the lion. Red just clicked the lion. That was a funny misclick. Chocolate Dog, what's up? Yeah, big showdown indeed. Harry, thanks for the stars, by the way. I hope my tip helped you. Like, Goths have no solid eco bonuses. Goths feel very bland at early stages of the game, but they can become so strong in later stages. And oh boy. Oh no. This is going to have to be the juiciest mango shot ever. Hey, at least elite skirm's coming in. That's good. Let's see if red gets scared and red runs away or something. Okay, red will see the castle. Okay, there is siege here. Red sees the vills now. There's also steps. Okay, here come the steps. Let's see. How does red approach this right now? Okay, he's clicking the vills for a while. Oh! Oh! Richard! Richard with the plays! The top of the hill shot! And now the longbows are gone. Let's go, Big Rich. Holy crap, dude. Never say never. Great fight from blue here. A lot of people would have ran away from that and said, nope, 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 I'm out of here. Sick. And now, if you're in red's position, you're like, It's a big reason why committing to longbows, especially on high-pressure situations where you need numbers fast, is kind of a bad idea. Because your archery ranges already work faster as a team bonus with Britons. With all this wood, you could have 12 ranges and just queue up crossbows and boom. So yeah, longbows are a little bit better, just like a teensy bit better than a crossbow. But, man, you would want to recoup those losses right now. Now, the first thing you should do if you're in Richard's position is make a trep. The first thing you should do. But Richard doesn't have the wood for that because Richard is making more skirms. Which makes me so sad. So sad. Please make a trep, Richard. Come on. Make a trep. No, stop making skirms. Stop making skirms. Okay, you've got the wood now. Murder holes! No! Okay, murder holes. He's not gonna. Yeah, there we go. We've got a treb. Okay, his opponent hitting imp made him think, oh, wow, he can make these things, so I should make them too. Okay, so here comes red now. And red immediately opens up with the treb. So we actually have an identical treb timing. Now, an upgrade that would be really beneficial would be masonry. Units that would be really strong here would be rams. Both players could benefit from rams. It's cramped. There's not a lot of space in here. No one can social distance. It's a problem. Okay, so red's keeping his treb inside of the castle. And then he's going to get a good upgrade, a relevant upgrade in hoardings, which will mean his castle has more HP. However, we are not going to see any third treb then for red, right? Because red is to research that, so that's where it gets complicated. Now, if you look in your university, you can research masonry, which gives you more HP. So that's a way to give yourself more HP, but also continue to make trebs. Hoardings does take a long time to research, too. And blue is like, well, I guess we'll just go in after the trebs. And he has step lancers, guys. And the step lancers, even if they take out one treb, could do such a... It matters so much here. Like, that castle will ultimately fall for red. And I'm not seeing red in the position to really make a lot more. I don't know what red's unit comp is going to be. Obviously, you know, you've seen some units go down there, which is unfortunate for blue. But I think it's totally worth it in this situation. And I think racing for trebs is the way to go. Now, what you don't want to do if you're blue is you don't want to forget about the other stuff. And he's not. He's still producing. Obviously, he's taken some losses here. But it's not too bad. And he's going to take the castle out. So hoardings completes, but guess what? Too late, too little. A rip to the castle, and Mr. Richard's going to win this game. Also, can someone explain red's score to me? It must be upgrades, right? He has so many more upgrades, both economically and with military. He's actually starting to produce arbalest out of 2 ranges now. But man, it's going to be so tough for him to ever push up against a castle. It would be one heck of a comeback here for red. We don't have any castle age upgrades except for the wood upgrade for blue. Where no castle age blacksmith upgrades. These units are like walking butter right now in the middle of the summer, just melting. Melting. And that's also why red's score is probably pretty high, is because he has a lot of kills. But that's a lot of skirms. And while you do need upgrades on skirms, if you've got 30-some skirms and your opponent's got like 6 ARBs, I think the skirms are going to win. Numbers matter here. Trebs matter here. Position matters so much here, which we said early on. And blue had a lot of negative things happen in this game. We had the scout go down. We had some goats being stolen. Later castle age. Lost all those step lancers. And hey, now we got some blacksmith upgrades. Where's the blacksmith, actually? Okay, Bodcanero's coming in. I think he got chemistry, too, right? So he's got decent attack now. It's not great to see Arbalest taking out your trebs. But now that the skirms arrive, red needs to run. Now, on a more open map, red could probably expand a little bit, do a few different things, but not on Socotra, man. Socotra's all about forcing the issue down the middle all the time. And that's exactly what we're seeing. This is over. Yodley is going to lose this game. Richard Bogg 59 is going to win this game. And is a very impressive low elo comeback. Because it didn't seem like things were going well. Now imagine, guys, if red wouldn't have gone for longbows. And imagine when both players were sitting back in castle age, if the imperial age would have been faster on either side. Like, I think red could have probably been 2 minutes faster with a little bit of market abuse, for example. Because there's a lot of wood floating there. Now, poor red's like, oh no, what do I do? What do I make? You could make siege in theory here. You could go like mangonel. Blue had that epic shot to bail himself out of this game. I think even then there's downsides to it, though, because you clear up the skirms. The opponent can always just throw away more. You don't have a castle. You don't have any way to push back here. And then, of course, we could see more units from blue, like maybe some step lancers or something. And a step lancer back here doing some damage. You're starting to see some barracks now and some stables from red. So red's thinking, let's go light cav. And that would be a proper switch, is going light cav. Light cav is great against skirms, but when the pressure's on, is it too little too late, you know? Because then you need to get upgrades, and you need to have the time to mass them. By the time you get them massed, you could have lost all your buildings, and you could have just lost more grounds, lost more eco. That's precisely what we're seeing here. How many people watching my stream right now thought blue was dead? I thought blue was 100% dead this game. I thought he made too much army and didn't do enough with it. Then he started to move the army forward, and it all started dying to the towers and the castles. I didn't think there was any world where he would ever get a castle up here. I didn't think that was going to be possible. And then he landed a crazy shot. Great job from him to add siege. Now, I think if he landed that shot, but red was still up the imp faster, which was possible, then red still probably wins, right? Because then blue's castle goes down. Blue would probably toss all the skirms after Treb's underneath the castle, which isn't great. Yeah. Now you've got Mangudai, and Mangudai in the mix will help against the light cav. They're not actually light cav yet because it's the light cav and the husbandry upgrade has been clicked behind these scouts here, and we are watching a player stare at their screen in disbelief. Yodley cannot believe that this is how it ends. Can't believe that this position was a position that wasn't winnable for him, and I can't really believe it either. I think red played well. Like, let's look. Okay, so when did Imp come in? Imp came in at 39:56. Okay, so we want to return, and we want to go to like let's go 35 minutes. Okay, so actually, this is an interesting one. So look at how expensive Yeoman is. Watch red's resources for a sec, okay? So he's getting, first off, you know, if we're talking saving resources, he did research attack upgrades, which don't apply to anything except those spearmen. So that's a couple hundred food and a couple hundred gold right there. But look at his resources disappear when he researches Yeoman. So was the thing that made him seem unstoppable that kind of delayed his imp time, if you think about it? Because these resources are looking pretty good, right? You could sell all your wood, maybe buy a little bit of food, and you're up. It seems somewhat doable. But he researches it. It costs a lot of wood, and it costs a lot of gold. And then, yeah, blue is doing a better job with getting his resources. And then I need to see a replay of that massive shot, actually. I think it comes soon after this because it was the highlight of the game. So let's fast forward through that and enjoy that moment again. And we'll actually watch it from red's point of view here. See, look. Could still click up here if you're red. Could still click up with a bit of market play. Obviously very focused on the armies. Okay, this is where that crucial castle comes up, I think. Okay, red's point of view. Let's rewatch this in silence from red's point of view. Okay, silence is very difficult for me. I can't do silence. But we are going to watch it from red's point of view. Doesn't see the castle foundation. Doesn't see the castle foundation. Sees the castle foundation. Immediately goes after the vills. Like the micro god he is. This is red's fog of war. Sees the step lancers. Understands that that's a risk. Has to run away. Boom! Holy crap. What a shot. What a shot. And then, of course, did the right move to get back in the castle. But at that point, it was too late. Great job from blue. Maybe could have added a little bit of siege earlier, but I'm sure blue is really glad he added the siege. You could see it as a risk there, I guess, because technically those longbows do outrange the mangonels, plus castles are good against it, but the risk paid off. GG. Oh, and he totally got the hill bonus on that shot. Yeah, that's why it did so much damage, because it was on the hill. I totally lost to the silent game growing up. Definitely, every single time. Yeah, there's blue. More wood and more food eco. Red had more gold and more stone. It was still a very, very close game. And I think one that both players can learn from there.